Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve. On this video, I'm going to do something I rarely do and go off topic. Before I get into this topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, so happy Memorial Day to those of you in the United States. Enjoy this time of remembrance and generally a time to hang out with family and share some good times and make some memories. All right, so I receive a lot of questions on this channel. Off-topic questions, and it's been a while since I kind of did a video about who I am, what I've done during my life, what I've achieved, etc. Many of you know me, excuse me, and I generally like to make the content. I have a rule where the content has to be about you guys, but I'm going to do kind of a little introductory video about myself. I'm not doing this to try to sway anybody into following me. You guys are intelligent enough. You can make your decision whether I'm worthy enough to be listened to as far as information. I try to separate my accomplishments from the information I disseminate. And I encourage everybody when it comes to information to double check what I say against what others say and make up your own decision. Because I'm older, I tend to get some crazy questions, and I just wanted to dive into those. So I'm just going to address some of the common questions, some of the common, things I am asked via DM or YouTube questions, etc. First off, what's your age, old man? I am 52. I'll be 53 this year. I've been lifting basically since 1986. And heavily involved in fitness since about 1982 to 1983. As early as I can remember, I was always doing odd active things, jumping rope, doing aerobics. It sounds crazy, but it was the 80s. I was doing crap like that, doing step-ups, playing baseball, running, you name it. I was running in my teens. I was just very, very active, and I got into lifting in 1986. So how old am I? I'll be 53 this year. Another question I get a lot is, how tall are you? People either think I'm too tall or I'm really tall, or they want to find out if I'm short so they can feel superior in some way. That's just kind of the way the internet works. I'm 5'10". One of the things I get is people will say you never post lifts on your channel. And I want to talk about this one. People say you never post lifts on your channel. Anybody that thinks this isn't the case can head over to Instagram at BenTheBarman, or search on this channel. And there's probably 200 lift videos, okay? I've done my fair share of posting lift videos on this channel. I do not do it anymore because... or extremely rare anymore because, this is a channel for information. People don't care how much I lift. Everybody else lifts. I've established what I lift. Excuse me, I just woke up. So if you're curious, you can search just about any lift, deadlift, bench, Romanian deadlift, whatever. And you can find lifts on this channel. Another jab people take at me is, you're weak. People will take a look at the face in this box and they'll say things like, you're fat, you're weak, you're out of shape. So let me address those things, okay? Let me address those. You're fat, you're weak, you're out of shape. You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to fat loss. You're fat. Well, I am in my 240s, okay? So to many viewers, I am fat. I was once 346 pounds, extremely strong. I lost 100 pounds. I like being in my 240s. I like carrying around the weight I'm carrying around. I'm happy at that weight. So yes, to some people, I'm probably fat. But if you look at my pictures that I post, and I've posted a lot of them over the years, you can see my muscularity, my vascularity, and I really wouldn't consider that fat. But hey, you have a right to your opinion. So I'm weak. Well, here are some of my lifts that I have on the channel. And I'm certainly not the strongest power lifter in the world. Never pretended to be. But I've hit a 400-pound bench in the gym at age 49. In competition, I've hit 388 and 392. I hit the same numbers pretty much the same numbers after losing 100 pounds. Back in when I was at my biggest at 346, when I was heading into my powerlifting meet, I was pretty much pacing for 430, 440. And you can see my videos on here where I'm doing 500 pounds with chains, so 500-pound lockout. That is on this channel, so no bullshit. I was tracking towards a 700-pound squat with knee wraps. I've hit 6025 in competition. I was tracking towards 700, maybe 675, 700 when I was at my biggest at 346. And you can see some sets on here with chains where I'm doing 625, 630, 640. I forget, for a couple for some multiple rep sets. Deadlifts, I was tracking anywhere from about 750 to 800. I got some pretty strong lifts on here. That's at 346. I was a stronger deadlifter when I was, well over 300. After losing 100 pounds, I got to a 666 pound deadlift in competition. That's after losing 100 pounds. That was a pretty good lift for me because I'm generally a weaker deadlifter when I'm at a smaller body weight. So that is on this channel under a video like the best powerlifting meet of my life or whatever. Other things I've done, I believe a 200-pound dumbbell rows for 20 or 30 reps, Romanian deadlift for 635 or 655 pounds. All my lifts are on here. So, again, I'm not strong. Well, I'm certainly not weak. I'm certainly not the strongest man in the world. So, people look at this box and they say you're weak. They say you're fat. We've addressed those. They say you're out of shape. Sometimes people will see me get on in the morning, and I generally get on these videos right after waking up like I did today and coming down into my office. And I struggle from a lot of asthma issues. I struggle from, it's crazy. Sometimes when I'm running, I'm very hypersensitive to things in the air. And it actually causes my windpipe to close up if I get in like cottonwood or stuff like that. And people will say you're breathing heavily, you're really out of shape, you're fat and out of shape. Well, in the past year, I've run 10 hours a week for 52 straight weeks. We've actually passed that. And I've run 6 trail marathons in the past year, 3 50Ks, 100K, endless half marathons, etc. So out of shape, lack conditioning, you decide. But again, it's generally people just drawing conclusion off this box, but I don't, that's not why I wanted to make this video. I just want to talk a little bit about, what I've done. So conditioning wise, strength wise, weight loss wise, I'm trying to think if there's any other questions that I'm generally hit with. Here's another good one, and maybe I can just wrap it up with this. People come on here and I think I'm just some old stupid meathead, some ignorant guy who makes up stuff. And occasionally I get a video topic wrong, and I'm not going to be shy and say I don't mess some things up, but people often assume if I make a criticism of, say, Ripito or Wendler or somebody else's deity, people will come on here and they'll try to attack me like I'm some ignorant fool or I'm not as smart as somebody else, or et cetera, et cetera. And I don't do nutsack comparison competitions, right? I'm pretty comfortable with who I am. I'm pretty comfortable with my education. I'm pretty comfortable with my resume. So what is my resume? What is my resume? Well, I've certainly not written a book like Mark Ripito. I was a computer programmer as a teen. In fact, I was so good at BASIC that the state of Wisconsin hired me to write a job simulation program to help people walk through the job, the process of getting a job. That stayed in the Wisconsin system, I believe, for like 8 or 10 years. That's how much of a programming geek I was as a teen. I think I wrote that program during the summer of 1984, and it was so big it didn't fit on a floppy disk, and they were panicking because I didn't know how to handle it. I went to school. I was a space nerd and a math nerd. In 6th grade, I started to really shine mathematically. I had an obsession with statistics and probability. In sixth grade, my math teacher saw an aptitude for me in math and allowed me to go home on the weekend. They just wanted to challenge me, and they said, uh, do as many pages in your math book as you can. I completed the math book because I liked doing mathematics on my own, and I was well ahead of the curve. I went on to school at New Mexico Tech, New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology in 1986 for astrophysics and mathematics. I should have went for computer programming, but I really like space. New Mexico Tech has the VLA, the Very Large Array. If you've seen the movie Contact and all those satellite dishes trying to contact the netherworld, that's where I went to school. Didn't do so great in school because I became obsessed with lifting. I really hated English in college, but I ran into an English professor that was a bodybuilder, Dr. Michael Gilbertson, and he was kind of my mentor. And I became a little dysfunctional at that time. I became a little obsessive compulsive. I wanted to get my 8 hours of sleep in. I want to get my meals every 2.5 hours. And muscle building took over my life. I saw rapid progress, but at the expense of my schoolwork. So, invariably, after years and years of blue-collar jobs, I started a business in 1999 called Evolve PC LLC, where I was building computers and building websites. So I got back into a little bit of the programming end of things in 1999 with HTML and CSS, and started dabbling a little bit of graphic design. I started a website, 2005, 2006, called muscleandbrawn.com. That took off. The forum was really, really popular. The forum gained in popularity. Many years on Powerlifting Watch, it fought it out for the top powerlifting and lifting site on the internet. But from writing on muscleandbrawn.com and starting to write my own articles, I started to get the attention of muscleandstrength.com, femalemuscle.com, and it led to the career that I've had for the last 12 years. I developed into one of the top editors in the fitness industry. I have a passion for editing. I would call myself a very passable editor. I take it very seriously. Writing-wise, I've written over 5 books, I believe, a lot of different courses. You can find them at superlivingtoday.com. I've written over 1,000 articles. Many times I would come into work at Tiger and Fitness and Muscle and Strength and just decide what I was going to write about. Most of these articles were heavy research. So very, very heavy into scientific research. It might be, okay, today I'm going to explore tea tree oil, or tomorrow I'm going to explore whatever. It was always some health-related topic that I was uneducated about, that I would do research and fasten together an article. Or I would just come to work and then do a new workout or a new lifting-related article. You can find my articles at muscleandstrength.com, tigerfitness.com, and some of them still at muscleandbrawn.com. I also was a talent developer. So what I would do at these places would be to find writers like Mike Weidenbach and all these kind of guys who ended up writing for Muscle and Fitness, and I would help them develop as writers. Robert Shinetsky, the supplement engineer, is one of them. As far as talent development, I ran across Alan Roberts very early, and I said, Alan, you have a huge potential to make it big in this industry. And I gave Alan a little bit of advice, and boom, here he is. He did the hard work. So I have written over 1,000 articles, but as an editor, I've edited probably over 10 million words, easily over 10 million words on every possible topic. I would have to cross-reference the science. So when people say I'm not a science guy, I've spent the last 12 years of my life looking at science of lifting, from everything from creatine to hypertrophy, writing articles about it, helping others fasten better articles about their topics, and I would not accept bullshit articles at any of these places that were not scientifically founded. So those are all the basic criticisms. People say I'm old, I'm out of shape, I'm fat, I'm weak, I'm a meathead. So I want to make a video just to kind of reintroduce some of you guys to who I am. That's who I am. I'm a simple guy. I don't really care to get into drama. It's happened over the years because I've tried to help many, many people. My heart is always with trying to help people. And sometimes you help people and you help some of the weirdos in this industry, or you don't know they're weirdos at the time, and you get yourself into some drama. But I'll continue on with my life's mission. And this is my life's mission, my life's work, to help folks, get into better shape, to improve their life, to improve their eating, and to improve their mental health as well. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for watching. Have a great Memorial Day and have a great day.